Play ball!
Baseball is my favorite sport. Always has been, always will be. There's something about the game that transcends sports and explains many valuable life lessons. As my life has changed significantly in the last 6 months, I keep many of the lessons I learned on the baseball diamond in my head on a daily basis. This is my story of how baseball has shaped my life and taught me lessons every college-age student should know.
Ever since Jack was a young child, he's always had a ball in his hands. When he wasn't doing homework, you could find him in the backyard playing wiffle ball with friends or at the town baseball fields. I've never seen his passion for baseball fade one bit since early childhood. And as a parent, this makes me very happy. We have a sign on our kitchen table that says, "We interrupt this family for baseball season." And that's because we think baseball is such a great game and it's made such a positive impact on our family.
Since baseball has meant so much to me and my family, I hold myself to extremely high standards on the field. I always give 110% effort in both games and practice, and I expect positive results to come every time I step on the field. Naturally, this isn't possible because I can't get a hit every time or make every play in the field, yet it frustrates me when things don't go my way, and it always has. I'll admit that up until I was 11 years old, I cried every time I struck out or made an error because I viewed this as a failure and I knew I was better than that. As time progressed, the tears subsided, but the frustration never stopped. I would often dwell on one mistake and think it was the end of the world. What I lacked was patience, because there's always the next play, and it may not be right away, but there will always be another opportunity to make up for a mistake, and as a player, it was hard for me to see that during a game.
The person who had a really big impact on my development and the players I played alongside with was my number one fan and mentor, my dad, who never missed a game my whole Little League or high school career.
I had the privilege of coaching this group of guys from when they were 8 years old all the way up until high school. This group of players had the talent and the heart to advance, but could they rally one more time as seniors in high school and get a shot at winning the South Jersey State Championship?
My whole baseball career had led up to this game. There was a great deal of pressure on our team facing a rival in such a big game, and I was going to make sure I would take advantage of this unique opportunity. But as always, I had to worry about my impatience and frustration negatively impacting the way I would perform.
Jack's always been a solid baseball player. He's always had the knack for coming up with the big play in the field or a clutch hit when his team needed it the most. But in this specific game, against one of the best pitchers in all of the state of New Jersey, it was going to be a challenge, and you have to make some adjustments to his approach.
There was no doubt it was a struggle. Like I always do, I came out swinging, but instead of getting a hit, I struck out on 3 consecutive pitches, which caused me to lose my cool. That's when my coach came up to me.
"Jack, you have to relax. Let the game come to you. You are too good of a player to let your emotions dictate how you play this game."
That stuck with me, and it still sticks with me today. He was right. If I wanted to succeed, I needed to be patient. That's the mindset I took into my next at-bat.
Fans swarmed to the fences as a record crowd was in attendance to see the epic showdown. Suddenly, it was my chance again to hit. I strutted out of the dugout and grabbed my bat as my jersey moistly suctioned to my body on an unbearably humid day in late April. Each step I took towards the plate, more nerves came over my body, but I just kept whispering to myself, "Patience, Jack, patience." I dug in and did my pre-at-bat routine, taking long, deep breaths in an attempt to slow down my raging heartbeat. Soon I was dialed in and extremely focused on the task at hand. The go-ahead run was at third, and my team needed me. The first 2 pitches were great pitches that my usual self would have swung at, but my newfound patient mindset told me otherwise. 2 balls and no strikes, a hitter's count. I knew this pitch would be my best shot. The pitcher was in the windup, reared back, and let go a sizzling fastball right down the middle. I was ready for it and put a nice easy swing on the ball. Base hit up the middle. I did it. People claimed that the crowd went crazy as we took the lead in the 5th inning, but the endorphins let go in my brain from succeeding. in such a big situation for my team made me go deaf to my surroundings. A sense of accomplishment came over me as it seemed my whole baseball career had led up to this moment, a moment that would not have been possible without learning how to be patient.
Although we end up losing the game in the last inning, I know, but I learned one of the most valuable life lessons from the game of baseball. A lesson that I found extremely useful in college, and that is patience. Life is constantly happening around you, and at times it seems like things never go your way. The key is to keep your cool and wait for the right moment to act. Patience is most certainly a virtue, my friends.